Another one.
Hi.
Look at me. I'm doing another one.
Oh,
I didn't like listening to that one.
Fuck nasty.
is that your DJ?
Yup.
Fuck nasty.
Fuck nasty in the morning.
It's like every time they announce you, you'd have to be bleeped out.
Yup. It's fuck nasty in the morning. How's everyone doing out there
Like
in the fuck nasty verse?
Everyone would just think you're DJ Bleep Nasty.
DJ Bleep Nasty.
The bleep stands for fuck.
Hello and welcome to Good Enough. I am Sam, joined as always by Robbie,
Yo.
Matthew.
Hello.
How's it going, guys?
Pretty
Pretty
good.
good.
Did you guys have a good Valentine's Day? I just realized we didn't do any Valentine's goofs last week. So here, let me go some Valentine's Day goofs that I made a list of.
Like,
Mr. X from Resident Evil 2, he just would be happier if he had a Valentine. That's one. Marvin Branagh from Resident Evil 2 probably wouldn't have died if he had a Valentine.
I feel like Mr. X would go by Mr. XOXO on Valentine's Day.
That's a good joke.
Look at all those goofs you had written down, and I just came up
You-
with that one off the top of my head.
Yeah, why did I make this list?
And yours weren't goofs. Yours were just, these people would be happier.
You were just talking about Resident Evil.
You were just trying to like a
let's-
matchmaker.
Okay, well here, let me go through my list. Maybe I've got some other
What
goofs.
kind of woman do you think Mr. X is into?
Or a man.
Well, yeah.
Mr. X wears his heart on his chest.
Like literally.
Literally.
Yeah.
Do you think he'd be into men or women?
I don't think he has a preference. I think he's so starved for love that any affection would do it for him.
That's what it is. That's the only thing. Like, he's not trying to hurt you. He's trying to hug you. But because he's got like that of mice and men type deal going on, like he doesn't know how strong he really is.
Yeah, definitely.
So
like
when
he's
like-
trying to hug.
Yeah, so when he's petting that reporter's head and then squishes his eyeballs out of his head, he didn't know that was going to happen.
But then every time you try to run by him and he grapples you, he's just trying to hug you.
Yeah, he's saying, hey, you stay right there while I hug you.
What
Yeah.
about when he like uppercuts you?
Well, he's, like I said, he doesn't know he's going to uppercut you with all of his force. He just thinks I'm going to go in for a nice hug.
Yeah, he's got like a hug. He's lowering his center of
perfect.
gravity.
He's perfect, like hugging hug technique. He trained in the NFL for hugging.
Mr. XOXO, Gossip Girl. You guys watch Gossip Girl ever?
Please stop.
No.
That's how every episode ends. The narrator, XOXO, Gossip Girl.
Really?
Yeah, it's not a good show.
Seems annoying.
I don't recommend it.
It seems super annoying.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying. Sheila watched the whole thing, and I was into it for a while, but then like all these rich kids, just really, I was like, what do these people? What do they have to like be sad about? None of these people have to be sad about anything. And then
Oh, that's mean.
I don't know.
There's like plenty of rich people that have committed suicide, you monster.
Well,
Yeah, well, go commit suicide. Don't be sad.
oh no, oh no,
That's where we were going, right?
no, not at all.
Oh,
The best part about Gossip Girl is Blake Lively. She's gorgeous. What?
I wish Mr. X was in Gossip Girl. Robbie, I have a quick question for you.
what's that, bud?
What's the dial code for the lion medallion in Resident Evil 2?
Ooh, first run or second run?
First run.
Lion.
Because I don't know the the second run combo, so I can't verify that.
I got to be honest. It's easier for me when I'm seeing it, but I know the first one it's a lion, and the last one's the bird, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's in the middle? Is it the home base?
Why are we doing this?
No.
No,
What's in the middle? I can't remember. The
it's
twig.
the branch. Yeah,
Yeah, I
You
knew
guys,
it.
you guys have a problem.
I knew it.
We've platinumed it since we last recorded.
Oh, really? You hadn't talked about it at all.
Hey Sam.
Not on the podcast.
Hey Sam.
Yeah. What's up, sir?
What items can you find in the East office?
The East office.
Yeah.
They're both types of gunpowder.
Oh yeah.
The valve, the fuse, there's a flash grenade, and some handgun bullets. Oh, there's a green herb too.
And a green herb.
Ah.
Good job, buddy.
Thanks. Hey Matt, how do you get the jack handle for the library? Where do you
Claire.
get
Claire's story.
Yeah, what do you need to get the jack handle with Claire? What key? We'll give you that much.
A shadow key.
Idiot. God.
Wrong. Moron.
Idiot.
You need the heart key, dumbass.
Or if you're Leon,
that you
the club
obviously
key.
get in the morgue after you have to traverse a bunch of liquors.
No, you get the heart key in the chief's office as Claire.
What's in the morgue?
idiot.
The diamond key.
You moron.
Diamond key. They're both red-ish.
They're
I think
both
I
radish.
think the diamond key's purple, but whatever.
We'll keep the quiz going. I've got a couple other questions to ask Robbie to test his knowledge. We've platinumed it. I literally, for like 2 weeks, have not thought of anything else other than Resident Evil.
Same.
Now that I'm done with it, I don't know, man. I feel towards the end.
Don't worry, everyone. They're still talking about it.
I was telling Matt last night. Like,
This is how, listen, the way you feel right now about Resident Evil 2 is the way our listeners feel about Fast and Furious. So,
probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was telling Matt last night. I miss it. Like, I got the platinum. I mean, it's only a day ago, and I missed the game.
yeah, towards the end, we were getting a little fatigued, but like, I don't know, man. It's a good game. What a good game. But let's talk about a different game. How about we talk about Apex Legends?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is a game that came out, was it last week or the week before?
Last week.
Respawn Entertainment stealth released this game. It's a battle royale that takes place in the Titanfall universe.
Yo,
It good.
it real good.
I've not been a big fan
Is
of
it okay? Wait, is it good, or is the fact that we had absolutely no idea it was coming, no idea what it would be, no idea how it would play, no idea of anything, and now we get it, and or like, is how much of that shadow fucking release, that surprise release, is the reason that it's getting like such great acclaim and like everyone's like giving it a shot?
That's a good question, and it's something I thought about too. The marketing, I mean, the non-existent marketing leading up to it, like that definitely plays a role. Like out of nowhere. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, just like releasing it out of nowhere, like it. I think it caught enough people by surprise that they were intrigued. And so like, I don't know. I think that surprise stealth release intrigued a lot of people. What do you think, Matt?
Well, I have the same feeling about it right now as I did when we first started playing Fortnite. Like when Robbie and I first started playing Fortnite, we were playing every day, like 3 hours a day, 3 or 4 hours a day.
Some nights, yeah.
Yeah,
Goddamn.
we were
played
playing a lot.
Shit ton.
And what do we have to show for that? Nothing. We only
Three
three wins.
3 wins. And like 200 hours of fucking gameplay.
But
I still haven't won at Fortnite. Like,
I've gone back and we've gone back and played Fortnite, and it just doesn't have the same. They've turned it into. It's just insane now.
It's an amusement park. Like,
Yeah.
literally, there are rides. There are things.
Yeah,
you
which like,
can-
and I'm glad that there
Yeah,
is a market.
I
I'm glad
don't-
that there are people that like that game. I'll never be a Fortnite hater like 75% of the internet.
it's just it's impressive.
Yeah.
Like, and because Epic was uncontested in Fortnite or in a battle royale for so long, it allowed them to like experiment.
But
Like the Marshmallow concert.
Yeah.
Like that's bonkers.
But before Fortnite, there was PUBG, and PUBG had a full 8, 6, 7, 8 months, and they didn't do shit with the formula of PUBG.
Yeah.
In 2 months of Fortnite with being released, I mean, the game was almost.
Changed.
It did not look the same. Like it did not play the same. Like all
You're
of
right, because PUBG was also uncontested for a long time before
I
Fortnite.
don't
time.
think they've gone a week since Fortnite's come out that they have not changed something.
Yeah, added a new weapon, added a new game mode, added new. I mean, you could like now build your own island. Like that. That's why That's a reason why I'll never shit on Fortnite, because yeah, that shit is microtransaction heavy as fart.
Yeah.
But they're at least putting that back into the community. They're putting it back into the esports scene, the community itself, the game itself, and like doing all the Marshmallow concerts, these these huge like these huge events that you could go in and be a part of. And
But can we I want to talk about Epic before Fortnite. Epic, I mean, they were a nice big company in their own right, but now they're a household name, and the success of Fortnite has allowed them to launch a storefront, like an Epic Games Store online, something to compete with Steam, which until now it's been relatively uncontested as well. And what's really cool about the Epic Games Store is the developers of the games that sell their games on the Epic Games Store get a higher cut of profit.
It's 17% more. Or something,
Yeah, it's huge. The number is huge, and a lot of developers are moving towards the Epic Games Store over Steam because they get more money out of the sales. And did you see how Epic sniped Metro Exodus from Steam
and the Division 2?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't hear about that
There's
one.
3 more the games that got announced that are exclusively being released on the Epic Store now.
Yeah, the Metro games or the Metro Exodus one was huge because people had pre-ordered on Steam. Those pre-orders are still going to be honored on Steam.
Yeah,
but now it's being only sold on the Epic Game Store, which is huge. Can you imagine? That's nuts that's happening now. Back, when we were growing up, you had the console wars, the platform wars, and you had to choose Sega or Nintendo. And now everything's multi-platform for the most part. We're choosing storefronts over where we're buying our games.
Okay, because I don't game on PC. I don't know it well enough to know if can you use both stores?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean,
because I've seen a ton of backlash for that Metro move.
It's the backlash from the Metro move because it's like going to choosing Target over GameStop. It doesn't matter.
That's what I thought. That's initially what I thought. But because of
you're not limited,
and just the fury I've been seeing online, I was like, wait, is it something more than that?
Well, for the most part, that ire is because people had pre-ordered on Steam, and then it moved exclusively to the Epic Games Store.
They're still getting it on Steam.
Yeah.
And it's still under all of the Steam guarantees or whatever, all of that, right?
Yeah.
I think there's just so many people that love to hate Epic for some reason. And
well, because of Fortnite.
Yeah, I know. They love to hate Epic and Fortnite, and I don't understand why.
I don't get it.
The rejuvenation that Epic has seen because of Fortnite is unprecedented.
And I do think without Fortnite, I don't think Apex would have the success that it's having.
Absolutely not. Well, the battle royale genre,
No.
PUBG was going strong for a long time.
Yeah, but it was fatiguing. I had been talking to people who were talking they were hating PUBG. They had done nothing with the game. The matches lasted forever.
That's why, though. It's
and then Fortnite comes in, and then we get Call of Duty, which is one of the longest running franchises in war games, and they dropped their story to do battle royale. Mm-hmm. And now we have this. Everyone can hate on Fortnite, but they have changed the game scene.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
100%.
The battle royale is its own genre now, and we're getting Apex Legends from EA, and Respawn, a competing company.
I love the genre.
Me too.
I'm not good at it.
I didn't love the genre, and not because it's not fun, and I don't like to hate on it, but it's just
your anxiety.
I suck so bad at it, but I have gotten better lately. It's just running around in that big open world, knowing there's 99 other players out there, and I can't see them. I don't know where they are. I don't know what they're doing.
I don't know what they have.
And so that anxiety that I felt when I first started playing Fortnite, I was like, I don't know, man.
That's what drove me.
Me too.
That anxiety. That's what
See, it had.
Man, I gotta.
Every time I got killed in a somewhere where I thought I could win, I wanted to just immediately jump right back in.
Yeah.
How many matches do you think we played over that first 6 months of it being out?
Cannot even.
We have at least
because we'll
2,000 or 3,000 matches.
Because we'll go from a match will last 3 minutes to one will last the entirety of the
or one will last 10 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. And it's and I love with your anxiety of I don't know where they are. That drives me. I'm oh yeah, I don't give a fuck where they're at because I'm gonna find them and I'm gonna kill them. Then I get killed. Then I get mad. Then I go back in.
That anxiety had the opposite. It had a repellent effect on me. And for a long time, the only way I would play Fortnite was with you guys.
When we forced you to.
Well, not when you first like with you guys. Like,
mean,
'cause
yeah.
it is fun. It is fun with friends.
You hated it so much, though.
I did, yeah. I still. I mean, I'm not a big fan.
And I'm not a fan of like the third person aspect and all of that stuff, but I like. I mean, it's a good game. Like it handles well. It does what you expect it to do. You know.
Now that we have Apex, though, I probably won't go back to Fortnite.
No, I mean I haven't been back to Fortnite in a long time. But
Yeah.
Apex now is definitely taken.
So it's set. It's made by Respawn, who made Titanfall. The first two Titanfall Fighting Tall.
Tall.
It's the sequel to Walking Tall.
Fighting tall. That's what it was called before because they're big
tall.
tall robots.
Yeah, they're fighting tall.
Boy, you really derailed
I
yourself.
derailed
though.
myself. What have I done?
Set in the universe of Titanfall.
Yeah. So the shooting, the mechanics and the controls and the shooting, the gunplay and stuff.
Traversal.
It's all a lot tighter than Fortnite, and where Fortnite has the ability to like build structures and stuff and collect resources, Titanfall has like better traversal where you can like vault up walls, like run up walls, and
I'm still not very good at that. I have a trouble with it for some reason.
yeah, I mean it's takes some getting used to, but like the ability to like slide as you're running and slide down hills and stuff.
One thing that I like about this in Fortnite, the building aspect, I was never good at it.
Yeah,
like, I could never
Same.
do it with that speed.
So like each battle royale now has to have their own little gimmick or what's their thing, and like that, like the same with you guys. Like the building in Fortnite, I could never wrap my head around, especially during a gunfight.
yeah.
Right.
And
imagine I can't like have that awareness to be like, oh, they're shooting me from this way. Better throw up a wall right there.
And in Apex, I like the more we're playing, like Robbie and I were playing last night, I feel confident. Like I'm confident. We still haven't got a win, but like going into a battle, I'm not immediately running away. Like
I did. I got to win.
oh my god. Like last night we were playing, it was Robbie and I and some random person, and we got like pinned down by this group. Robbie and the other guy got knocked down, and I was able to sneak around and kill the whole squad. In Fortnite, I would have also died at the very beginning of that just because I'm not super confident. But I don't know. There's something. The more I'm playing, I'm getting better.
Go figure.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel. I feel the same way. Like I don't know. That anxiety that I experienced with Fortnite at first is mostly gone with like Apex Legends because I do feel like more comfortable with the controls and stuff.
Same.
Yeah.
I feel like this is more like a Modern Warfare online experience where it's just like it's deathmatch, except when you die, you're done.
And the way the map is set up, it's just like a couple dozen little multiplayer maps. Like everything's like all the walls are high up around you. You can't really get like a vantage point down on people.
Yeah.
Everywhere you land, it's just like a little mini arena. And like I really like that aspect, and then like its gimmick being like the hero based, like having different hero types or whatever. I like that. Like
and the hero conceptually it's a mixture of like Fortnite Battle Royale with like Overwatch and Rainbow Six Siege, right? All the different operatives and heroes and stuff.
Yeah.
What do you think about like the business model? It's free to play, but microtransaction heavy. Have you experienced like any frustrations with the microtransactions in Apex?
we're like, how long do we know exactly when it came out?
It like just surpassed 7 days.
Okay, so in a week, I'm one level away from grinding for the next hero or for the next thing. So like, for me, that's fine.
Does that pace feel fair to you?
It does.
Yeah, I don't feel obligated to have to go and spend money right now.
Where it's like with when Battlefront 2 first released or whatever.
Yeah.
How it would take like something like I don't know 5 full days
for a single to like fully get like a single character. And it's like I'm not gonna do that. Like it was something like 400 hours or something, where 400 hours would typically be my lifespan for any given shooter. You know what I'm saying? Like over the course of a year or so, 400 hours seems like that's a shit ton of that shooter. I want to say Battlefield 3 is probably the only first-person shooter I've put more than like 500 hours into. And I've been playing that since the PS3. I've had it since the PS3 version, and then I got it on the PS4, and I've just been playing it ever since. Still, So, like needing to grind 400 hours for a single character, like that's no.
It does feel fair to me too.
And even
and the option to buy a new legend with money is there.
Yeah, and even on the loot box page, it gives you a rundown of everything you'll get in a loot box. It gives you the percentages and like everything you'll get. Like you have, it said like something like 75% getting a rare or better, and then like you get. You know exactly what you're getting.
I
and
feel
it
like
gives
in
you a
every
list
box,
of items that you'll get. Like 75% you'll get one of these items, which is good. Like I like
I
that
feel like in
transparency.
every box, I've gotten at least one like rare item. Like
every
time,
75.
every single box.
Rare items are 100%. Then 75% for. I forgot. Like you could like gives you a complete rundown of everything you'll get in each in a loot box if you decide to spend the money on it.
And the thing that I really like,
I don't think a child could understand that. You could understand those.
It's 3 different currencies.
Like no, not that. Like just the odds and
Right.
stuff. Like knowing, like, is it worth buying this when I've yet to buy one and I have skins for every gun and skins for a ton of the characters that I play as, and I've yet to have to spend any real money. But like, it's still like for children. I still think it's like predatory. But what are you gonna do?
Microtransactions by nature are predatory.
Yeah.
and I really like there's 8 heroes in the game, right? And they immediately gave us 6, so it's not like there's a ton of characters that we're not able to play with from the very beginning. Like I don't feel obligated to have to go spend money to get that one of the 2 characters.
But like playing Rainbow Six Siege, where we downloaded the other day or a couple weeks ago, you're gifted 3 operatives or 4 operatives out of like 17, 18 different operatives
That are keep coming out.
Yeah. So I mean, it's eventually going to get to that point
Yeah.
where like
Yeah.
Apex Legends, we don't know what like their release timeline for new heroes is like, but like it's eventually going to become like there's so many operatives that we have to unlock that I don't know. I'm a little bit worried about the future because is that going to feel intrusive where
No, because
I don't know why that started.
yeah, right there, Robbie?
Because I feel like by the time they're not going to drop like 8 characters at a time. I doubt. So like by the time if they drop another character, I'll probably already have one unlocked by then.
Sure, but that's how Rainbow Six Siege was. I worry about that barrier of entry in the future. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For someone who picks up Apex Legends in the future.
Well, don't be a noob and start playing now.
Oh my God! Shut up. But for people who pick up Apex Legends in the future, who just and they're greeted with a character selection screen, and you have 6 available,
Right.
but 12 locked characters.
Right.
How's that going to feel? But again, Rainbow Six Siege was not free to play.
Yeah.
And Apex Legends is free to play.
They give us a free game. I don't expect them to give me everything. If I can't get mad that I'm not allowed to play as every character when this game is free.
There's that interesting back and forth between like the developer and the consumer, right? It's a free to play game. Do they owe us like
No, I don't.
They didn't owe us this game.
No, they gave us this game, and they're making money on it.
All we could hope for is they treat us fair and put it back into the community and the game instead of which is scary because EA.
Well, that's the thing.
Them, but
EA's stock price, like
they're single-handedly saving.
It spiked after the release of Apex Legends.
Single-handedly saving EA right now.
It's an interesting statistics. Within one day, within 24 hours, they reached 1 million unique players. Within 48 hours, they reached 10 million unique players. In like 72 hours or 5 days maybe. I forget what the
it
time
was.
was.
Within 7 days.
25 million players for Apex Legends.
Yeah, they beat Fortnite's record.
They beat Fortnite's record very quickly. And I'm looking at Twitch right now. There's currently 123,000 viewers for Fortnite. Apex Legends has 305 viewers, almost double the amount of viewers. It's unseated Fortnite, at least for now, on Twitch, which is bonkers.
Yeah, especially since Fortnite's ruled Twitch.
Yeah.
Fortnite, people watching Fortnite being played on Twitch was beating fucking Netflix.
It was.
It was beating HBO. It was beating.
Did you see that? There was a report that Netflix put out and said that they feared Fortnite more than HBO.
More than HBO and any other like subscription based service.
It's the hot new thing right now. I don't. They're not going to take over Fortnite.
I don't know how. Yeah,
like Robbie and I were talking about this the other day. There's a niche market for Fortnite with like the kids.
I don't necessarily agree with that though.
I don't think that they're like because there's kids like 7, 8 years old playing Fortnite that I don't think are going to translate as well to Apex. Fortnite is it looks good to kids, I think, in my opinion.
For me, it's those Twitch numbers. If Ninja starts streaming Apex more than Fortnite, they will start playing Apex over Fortnite.
So how do you guys feel?
I mean, because we know it's not like we don't know that like content creators and stuff like that have an influence over their viewers and stuff.
Content that opens a whole nother bag of worms that I don't want to get into. Like the state of like the influencer market, it's bonkers to me. Influencer culture is insane. And the launch of Apex shows the power of influencer culture. Yeah. Rather than secretly invite a bunch of media to the launch, they invited influencers. Shroud was there. Dr. Disrespect was there.
They've been playing it for months.
And that influencer culture has propelled Apex to where it is right now.
Yeah.
And it's insane to me. I'm not personally a big fan of influencer culture. It's a little bit scary if you consider the audience for these influencers, kids.
Yeah, they're all. It's got to be like 80% children.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's a little bit scary to me, but as long as like these influencers have like a head, like a sound head on their shoulders, I don't know. There's a lot. It's a precarious balance, and
I think for the most part, a lot of like the really big streamers are.
I would disagree 100%. Let's not get into it because I have a lot to say about influencer culture. But Apex Legends is a sign of the times. I don't know. It's a product of 2018, 2019. What do you guys think about Respawn ditching Titanfall 3 in favor of Apex Legends?
I mean,
because Titanfall 2 grossly underappreciated. It's one of the best shooters of all time.
And it's not. It was literally just when it came out. They came out between two of like the fucking biggest names in first-person shooters.
Between Battlefield and Call of Duty.
Yeah, and
by the way, EA,
and
they're the publishers of Battlefield. What are you doing releasing Titanfall 2?
Yeah, and it still did okay. Like it still did. It didn't fail. It didn't flop. Anyone who talks about Titanfall 2 as far as I've seen, they're like, love that game. It's a great game that was just released at a horrible time.
Yep.
And
I would argue that Titanfall 2 is one of the best shooters of all time.
I mean, yeah, definitely. Dude, that story alone, like, I don't know. It's just the gameplay. It's a solid fucking shooter.
I remember when rumors of Apex started like leaking ahead of time, they're like, oh, there's some Respawn's working on a Titanfall project. And everyone's like, oh, it's going to be Titanfall 3, but it was Apex. We're going to get Titanfall 3 at some point. If it's not, this year, it'll be next year, I'm sure. But Respawn's also working on a Star Wars game, Jedi Fallen Order, that's supposed to come out at the end of this year, 2019. So I'm impressed with Respawn's work, and Apex Legends has sort of revitalized the player base for Titanfall 2, hasn't it?
It has. A lot more people are playing Titanfall 2 and watching it on, what's it called, Twitch and stuff. So
I know I'm going to go back and replay Titanfall 2. I saw an interview where Respawn, they tried really hard to get mechs into Apex. It just didn't work with the gameplay.
They said the same thing with the wall running and and stuff. Like it just didn't fit, which I'm totally fine with.
Well, wall running in a battle royale is a bad idea. It would just leave you vulnerable. You're just out there running on the wall. The sliding's really cool though. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I don't know. Apex Legends is a lot of fun. I still have yet to win. Robbie won one.
I'm excited to see where they go. Just knowing it's EA, I don't have very much confidence that they'll learn any lessons. But knowing that, especially Respawn's, like their quotes going into it, like going into releasing it,
I trust Respawn.
Kind of makes me feel like, okay, maybe they'll like tackle or like just pull the reins away from EA a little more, you know? Because that was probably the greatest quote ever. It was like when they were saying, we knew releasing a battle royale microtransaction game after being bought out by EA, like it was like we knew that was not gonna fucking go over well. Like so, like yeah. Respawn,
I respect Respawn, and I have faith in them.
I have faith in Respawn.
Scared about EA.
Them bringing back fucking EA from the brink of literally disaster, like just. That's kind of a bummer, but
EA needs Respawn's Star Wars game to do well, desperately. So I don't know. We'll see. Like, there's a lot riding on Respawn right now.
Mm-hmm. I don't think EA is in any danger.
I don't think so either. But
as long as they release a FIFA, a Madden, and a MLB The Show every year, they'll be fine.
Yeah, which I agree with. But I mean the consumer faith in EA has been it needs to be revitalized, and I think between Apex and the Star Wars game, Respawn has a lot on their shoulders right now.
Yeah,
so we'll see.
Because look what happened with Battlefield 1 and Battlefront.
Battlefield 5.
Yeah, Battlefield 5. Yeah, they said if you don't like it, don't buy it. No one bought it.
I'm nervous for Anthem. Because I feel like Anthem's going to be
faith, and
I think Anthem is going to do the same thing that Battlefield 5 did.
I'm not even going to bother with Anthem.
I feel so bad for BioWare.
I think Anthem's going to crash just like Battlefield 5 did.
Yeah, I like you said, I feel bad for I feel bad for all of these developers that had so much like consumer trust and people like, fuck yeah, man, I'm behind them wholeheartedly. Then EA comes in and just fucking shits all over you and. Like they take the brunt of it, you know. Like the developers of the game will take the brunt of it.
It's not BioWare's fault that it's not BioWare's fault that Anthem is releasing at 4 different times with different access to the beta or whatever. It's not
even the beta; it's the game.
It's the game.
The fucking game.
It's nuts.
They figured out a way to monetize. Nothing.
You remember that graph that they released?
Yeah.
It's like you couldn't understand the release window without a graph. Like depending on where you pre-ordered.
Same thing happened with Battlefield 1.
It was confusing. Like Xbox.
I saw that and I was like, "Fuck this."
Battlefield 5.
It was like Xbox is never getting the game. I think.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, there are the subscription services you can't get on PS4 or Xbox.
Well, they have a storefront like
their Origin Access.
I had no idea there were 2 levels of Origin Access.
Yeah.
And depending on which access you have, you get Anthem at a different time or Battlefield 5 at a different time. Who knew?
Which is such that's like something that I could see people being like, so what? They paid a little extra, they get it earlier. But man, I still remember when the release date of a game, like that was
the release date?
Huge deal, man. Like I remember specifically Red Dead, the first Red Dead, like when that online came out, like that was a huge deal for everybody, dude, and everyone was there at the same time. It's just spreading it out just feels gross. It feels.
We're in an era, and this isn't just video games. The media is an era of subscription.
Yeah.
And they're trying to, like devil's advocate, I think EA is trying to get at the forefront of maybe where games are going eventually.
Well, there's a reason they have these models because in the past they've succeeded. Yeah. And until there's that consumer pushback where they're numbers start falling, they're gonna keep doing it. So I mean, there's a reason they do it, but we'll see. We need to take a break, but when we come back, we are gonna talk about Dream Daddy. So stick around. More Good Enough after this. Welcome back to Good Enough. Guys, it's that time again. It's time for Game Club.
Insert music.
Music. Hold on. Listen. Hold on. I made this music. Listen. What'd you think of that song?
Short.
Yeah. I had the volume down, so you might not have heard it all the way. We're playing Dream Daddy.
Yay.
We're playing Sleepy Papa. Guys.
How long did you work on that? Because you have like a whole like a brainstorm web on your paper. At the end, it says "Sleepy Papa." I can't read what's in the other boxes.
Hold on, don't worry about it.
But the bottom box says "Sleepy Papa." You know, like those web graphs you did when you were in high school.
I'm just gonna let me cross out the dates because I wrote the dates on them.
A bird just flew into the window.
There was a noise. What was that?
A bird just flew into the window.
Did you see it?
Uh-huh.
Oh no, guys! What are your daddy's names?
My father's name is Dadly Fathers.
That's clever. That's really clever.
I thought we were gonna go with all of our nicknames for it. I guess I was mistaken. Because mine's Matthew.
What's your last name?
My last name.
Oh, boring. Anyway, Sam.
First name Sam.
Oh, boring.
Last name Thunder Dad.
All right, better.
Thank you. Then I realized I had cursed my sweet, sweet daughter Amanda with the last name Thunder Dad.
And then how about you realized you stole my shirt?
Oh yeah. Well, I didn't realize that when I was making my character. I know you'd sent your dad to the
Like a month ago when I played.
Am I supposed to memorize what your dad looks like?
Well,
It looked like you did because you guys look exactly the same except for your haircuts.
They had like my exact haircut. My exact haircut.
Space Warrior? I saw that.
It's Goku's hair. It's Goku's hair exactly.
I know.
Like they didn't even like disguise it.
It's called Space Warrior.
Yeah. It took a lot of willpower to not choose Goku's hair because I just got through seeing Dragon Ball Super Broly, and I was like, I'm gonna be a Saiyan.
I thought about like going weird with my character, and I was like, nah, I'm gonna build meat.
Yeah. They had. I mean, I felt like I got pretty close to me.
I think we all look pretty similar to ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Especially Robbie.
Yeah,
except
Robbie's got
Robbie.
those anime eyes.
I mean,
Wearing
how
those chibi eyes.
and wearing those orange sunglasses that he wears all the time.
How do you see those eyes and not pick those eyes?
Well,
That's my question for you two.
Well, they had Space Warrior eyes too. I was like, we could just build Goku.
Like, I was going to go with either those super anime eyes or those fucking bugged out ones with the tiny pupils.
Yeah.
No, I never planned on going me. It's a video game. I just wanted to make a character.
Coming into this game, I didn't expect to like relate that much to it, but boy, there's a lot that I was like, did they make this after me? Because the main character when you move to the new neighborhood, you go to the
Very
park.
antisocial.
Well, antisocial. He doesn't want to meet new people. The dog at the beginning, where you're at the park,
No.
it was like I cared more about the dog than the father. He was all when you first meet the dog. I loved the dog.
Let's talk. Okay, so how did you guys? What's your story?
I want to talk about the dog.
Let's go in order.
The dog. It was literally one fucking prompt.
But
Pet the dog on the head or...
But you could ask for. Hold on. You could ask for impart. You could talk to the dog, and it was like, impart upon me your wisdom, dog.
Oh, yes, I saw that. I remember that.
So, what's your guys' backstory? For your dad.
Well, I don't know. His husband died. Is that what are your other choices? What were the other?
Well, there's mine. I had a wife,
I didn't. I had a husband.
and the daughter was our actual daughter.
Oh,
Same.
Well, I mean, yeah.
So you had a husband and you adopted.
Well, yeah. Yes. Yep.
That's what I was asking. You made that way more difficult than it needed to be.
I don't know. It just wasn't very much exciting to talk
Yeah,
about
it
there.
wasn't fun at all doing any of that. I like the encounter with Robert, who did a line of coke and then asked me to fuck. That's what I wanted to talk about.
I just want to talk about the dogs.
Or Barry.
Or the one dog. Maxwell, the corgi.
So like the story of this game,
I also want to know how they're going to incorporate me having been a heterosexual man in a
that's what I was trying to
relationship.
figure out because like I picked that because I was like maybe that'll make my story more interesting.
Well, maybe they're bisexual. I don't know. They don't really address it.
Right, and I was it kind of bummed me out. Like I picked wife, and I was like, okay, maybe they'll pepper in, but it's like, nope, your wife died and you're gay now.
But like all of the dads have kids though. Like
Yeah,
they're all
and one of
dads.
the dads is an old friend. It's like
an
Craig.
old college friend.
Yeah.
Craig. Yeah,
he's
who's all buff now.
He's fit dad.
Fit dad. Oh yeah, I wrote down. I gave all the dads different names. I wrote down. Let's see. Craig is old friend dad. Who's fit dad? I wrote down. Where is it? Oh, Brian, the construction dad, because he's a construction worker.
I don't think I got that far into his. I didn't know he had a job.
Which one is that?
The dad at the park.
Brian.
Oh, the bear dad.
Because he said he calls his daughter to do math for him when he was cutting a girder or something, some shit.
That was a fun scene. Like you meet that dad and his daughter. You have like a little Pokemon battle.
Oh, that's right. And then one of the options was daughter, and then it's like you don't have any other daughters to switch out.
Yeah.
Where you're in like a brag battle with Brian.
It's like the beginning of the game. It's like you move into a new town with your daughter, and it's just like boom boom. Like it's just introducing you to every dad in this, because apparently every dad in this town is a single parent,
And they all live in the same cul-de-sac.
except the youth pastor dad. He's married.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
curious about how that's gonna go.
interesting plot twist there.
Yeah, when her drunk ass walked out in the barbecue, I was like, what?
Oh, it's Mary. She tried to hook up with you at the bar.
Okay, so you guys met. What's his name at the bar? I played a long time ago before you guys, so I don't remember
Robert.
his name.
Robert.
How did you guys? Did you go home with him?
No.
No, absolutely not. What a
First
scumbag.
of all, I'm one day in. I'm not gay. Like, why would I?
Well, it looks like you may not have a choice. I don't know.
Are you gonna play this game as a hetero?
I mean, I'm gonna if I'm given enough reason to be like, all right, yeah, then yeah, I'll go fuck one of these dads. But if not, no. Why would I? Why would a heterosexual male who had a wife and had a daughter with her? Why would he just because he moved to a cul-de-sac with a bunch of hot dads, he's gonna start fucking them?
He obviously has because he wants to impress
I mean,
these dads.
the way I see it, he 100% does not. The way he deals with the Robert situation,
Yeah, well,
and then afterwards, when he's like, "What did Robert mean by do I want to go home with him?
But
Are we doing
a lot
this?"
Of a lot of the other conversations though, he's trying to flirt, and
I don't see it. I don't
he
see him
gets
as flirting.
he gets hard eyes when they say something about
Yeah, but
him.
not right now. I think early on, it's like he's just trying to make friends, and because he's antisocial, and his daughter's like, "You need to go make friends," which is another reason why I thought there's I related to this character a lot because I don't want to go make friends. I don't want to be social. But yeah, I liked the writing in this game is really witty and
yeah,
clever.
so far, I really like the writing. It's super witty, funny.
Which dad do you like so far?
I'm leaning towards the hipster dad,
Which one's that?
the coffee shop owner.
Oh yeah, Matt.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards him.
He's my favorite too.
I don't like his look. Looks douchey. I like Craig just because I know him.
The writing in this game is hilarious. Where you're talking to Craig and you're like, "Oh, we call him Keg Stand Craig on account of all the keg stands he
Or
did."
when he called his ex-wife Smashly.
Yeah. But yeah, can I talk about Maxwell though? Maxwell the corgi?
Oh my god.
No?
I mean, I guess I didn't know there was much to talk about there.
I don't know. You can
I didn't even remember the dog.
you can have like a conversation with the dog where it says you can say, I like your necktie
What
to the
happens
dog.
when
And
you
then
do
what
that?
does he say?
Woof. And then you can say, "Oh, impart upon me your wisdom."
And then what does he say?
Borf. And then you can say, "Oh yeah, me too."
And then what?
Bark.
So he barks in like 3 different languages.
That's it. That's all.
All right.
Who's your favorite dad?
I like Matt, the coffee shop owner. I like him, and I like. I didn't like Joseph at first.
Which one is Joseph?
He's the neighbor. They're all neighbors. The
Youth pastor dad?
yeah. But then he like got super cool at the barbecue.
I like him. I like all of them. The goth dad is really pretty funny.
Yeah.
You meet him at a Hot Topic.
Oh yeah, it was a
do?
Goth Bath and Beyond. Yeah. Did you not go to the mall?
No.
Was it?
I didn't go to the mall or coffee shop.
Oh really?
I just met them at the barbecue.
Oh.
Chose not to speak to some of them. I just went straight to the burgers.
So you didn't? Did you go to the school?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You have to.
I think
do
you
that.
have to. Yeah.
How do you not go to the mall?
I went go to the park.
Well, no. When you
I'm forgetting because it's been a while since I played.
I think after the school, you can choose to go get dinner at the mall,
Oh yeah, you go to the food court
or you could just go home.
or go home and cook.
Oh, okay.
I missed the button. I accidentally pushed the wrong button and burned the bacon that we were cooking, and that really made me mad.
Because you would never burn bacon.
Well, because I didn't give a fuck about the prompt that I accidentally picked, and all it led to was me burning the bacon.
I liked the interaction when you first meet Matt at the coffee shop, and you have to
All the puns.
the puns was at the barbecue. Oh, well,
No, there's puns at the coffee shop.
the band puns.
Yeah.
yeah. When you're naming the banana bread.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's the banana bread Kennedys, the grateful banana bread, and then right said banana bread. Were your options for naming the banana bread? And then where did you meet? Who else did you meet?
You meet everybody.
You meet all
Craig,
of them.
You meet.
Goth Dad. Oh, Hugo Vega. One of the characters' name is Hugo Vega.
That's the teacher, right?
He is.
Yeah.
And then Goth Dad at the mall, and he find out his son is the douchebag who confronted you at the school.
And I'm like, Hugo, how the fuck you gonna call me in to talk about me needing to be more in touch with my kid when your kid's a straight up fucking asshole?
Oh yeah, dude. Seriously,
Like,
Hugo.
that's why
is a hypocrite.
That's why I'm never gonna talk to Hugo
Wait,
again.
who's his kid?
That little shit that comes up in the barbecue and is like a dickhead.
Oh,
He's
that's
just
right. That's
in
right.
the hoodie.
And he's like not listening. He's a real dick. Yeah, real dick to you.
Well, there's probably some. He has a.
Yeah, but Hugo has no right to talk to me
Yeah.
about my relationship with my daughter when that's the case with him. Hypocrite. Plus, his name is Hugo Vega, so he's a mega douche.
I can't imagine myself sending him any messages on Dad Book.
Oh yeah, let's talk about Dad Book. What was the profile that you made?
I haven't made one yet.
Oh
Wait. Do you make one?
yeah, you like choose it. It gives you a bunch of prompts.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's
Answer
right.
a bunch of questions and
I wrote down all my answers like, what do you like to do for a date? And I wrote Netflix and grill, baby. Or I chose. And then like one of the questions is like, you're stranded on a desert island. What do you bring with you?
I said a boat.
Yeah, one of the options is a boat, obviously. When you were a kid, what did you want to be?
I don't remember what
can't remember either.
picked. I freaking wrote all my notes down, but I forgot my notebook.
I wrote pro skater and astronaut. And then when you're leaving, what is the one thing you never leave home without? And one of the options was low self-esteem. And I was like, oh, right.
I like the relationship with him and his daughter. It's fun. It's a cool relationship.
I think it's going to be interesting to see it develop because, like, obviously she's getting older and there's that tension because she's supposed to leave
She's
for
leaving
college.
for college.
There's that tension where, she's starting to become more independent and she goes and spends a night out and she doesn't text you back. So I'm interested to see how that develops. Plus, like, I don't know. She's real funny. Like her dialogue is hilarious. Like where he goes, she goes, "Are you afraid to meet new people?" And then he responds by saying, "Yes, Amanda, I am." So, what do you expect going forward with Dream Daddy?
I don't know. The first part was really just an introductory. Like it was just like a tutorial almost of just here's all these people, and then we stopped at the point where I'm assuming it's going to open up, and there's going to be a lot of options to do things now.
Yeah, I'm hoping the mini games are fun.
Yeah.
Because I'm now realizing why I've never played a game like this before.
Like a visual novel type game.
Yeah, it's just not. It's not my bag at all.
It's like a little. Look, I don't know, boring. I guess.
Yeah,
not
it's
a lot of
slow.
interaction. Yeah, those visual novel style games, they're a lot like that. Persona 5 is a lot like that too. But I fucking loved it.
Oh boy. Here
Yeah, and you got like a battle system in there.
Yeah, it's like a visual novel with like a JRPG attached to it.
Because I was like super upset with the Pokemon style battle because it was just like it wasn't even a battle; it was just another scripted.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh, that's whack."
I thought it was funny though.
I did too.
It was really clever.
I liked it.
I don't know. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they manage to keep like the player engaged. You know, throughout.
It's not a very long. I think it's only like a 4-hour game or something like that.
Yeah.
4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, we're about an hour in. So I mean, this will probably be a shorter game club.
I'm going to be trying to date all 6 dads.
Oh shit!
That's my plan.
I like everyone.
Except Craig. I didn't like that whole. Is that his name?
Craig,
His
yeah.
buddy from college.
Oh no, not Craig. What's the dirty one?
Robert.
Robert. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'll be dating all the dads except him. I'm not about that life.
Yeah, you go to the bar and he tries to hook up with you. He goes to the bathroom, does some coke, and asks you to come home with him.
Yeah.
So yeah, Robert, you gotta tone it down, guy.
Or don't.
And then the next day
it's not
he's
my style.
And then he's at the barbecue.
I know he lives there.
Yeah, he
at
lives
in the
cul-de-sac.
cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
I like the interactions between the other dads.
Me too.
So yeah, seeing how those characters like interact is a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like the writing. I think the writing is very
Yeah,
clever.
so far
and
the writing's
witty.
been a saving grace for me because like. Yeah, I was getting super bored and tired just fucking reading all this text. It's
Sure.
like, ugh.
Sure. Okay. Anything else before we close out this episode of Game Club?
I'm excited. I think it's going to be fun.
All right. So,
So on the second floor in the
Oh my god.
hold on. We gotta close out. We gotta close out with the Game Club music.
Oh, that's right. That's
Listen.
right.
Listen. What'd you think of that?
That was shorter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot shorter. The outro's a lot shorter.
Robbie, here. Okay, ask your question.
Okay.
I got one.
How many G adults do you have to fight in the sewers?
How many do you have to fight?
Or how many do you encounter in the sewers?
Like total?
Yeah.
Hold on. One. When you first get there, there's that one. You can sneak by it. And then the next one is like the supply room where you get the flamethrower. There's the first way through, there's 3, and coming back, there's 4 you have to avoid.
Yeah.
So all told, there's probably like 6. Six adult G's.
I think there's like 7 or so, but
Didn't you?
but
You just
yeah.
said 7
Well, it's like 6 or 7.
because you said 3 on the way and 4 on the way back.
Well, you have to traverse the same area twice.
Oh.
Yeah.
So yeah. I fucking hate those G's.
What are they? You guys keep referencing like G1 or G2.
The G virus
It's
is
just the level of monster they're at.
yeah.
like a boss.
Mini
Little
bosses.
mini boss.
There's the virus that you encounter in the game is the G virus, and it mutates people. They call like the specific monster G's, and then like the main villain is like a guy. His name is Birkin, but everyone calls him like G Birkin.
Yeah,
you
or
know,
G1, G2,
because you have to fight him
G4.
4-5 times depending on what
Yes.
scenario you're playing.
Yeah, 5. Fuck, I forgot about that.
Yeah, Claire B, you're gonna fight him 5 times
5
total.
times. Ugh.
What is the locker combination for the second floor locker room.
Cap.
Ah!
What's the locker combination in the sewer, the pool, what's that place called?
The control room.
Yeah.
The SCF.
Yo. Do you remember the poster that I gave you?
It's the jazz festival.
That's on Saturday. The jazz festival
With the
is
Z.
Jazz Z, and then the festival for the F.
You guys need to play a new game.
Well, we're moving on. We're playing Dream Daddy, aren't we?
We have to. Although we won't have to play another game on Friday when the new DLC comes out.
Oh, that's right.
The free DLC.
Let's see.
Which I'm super looking forward to. Like, I want to know the stories of the people that they're.
The gun shop
telling.
owner I'm most interested in.
Yeah.
I want to come up with one more puzzle. I could do another like medallion, I guess. That's kind of boring. What is the generator room puzzle solution in Leon A?
Oh, is that 3 and 4?
Yes.
Yeah.
Off,
You
on,
just
on.
switch-
Yeah.
You just turn switches 3 and 4.
Well, and what about in the sewers for the power right before G2?
1, 3, and 4.
Oh, you got it.
This is real exciting stuff.
I know.
What's the fastest way? What's the fastest way to the 3rd floor storage room from the main hall?
The 3rd floor store. Well, if you're playing as, I guess it's the same either way. You have to go through the waiting room on the 2nd floor, and then if you're Leon, you can open that door right there with the crank, and then up the stairs. But if you're Claire, you have to go. Oh, how do you get there as Claire? I don't know.
It's just West Office straight to. Back.
Oh, the elevator that leads up from the parking lot to the chief's office.
Oh yeah, that'd probably be the easiest.
Yeah.
You lose.
Yeah, I lost. Damn it. Robbie beat me.
Uh,
All right. Anything else before we end this episode? Because I could talk about Resident Evil 2 for another hour.
Let's not do that.
You sure?
play Resident Evil 2.
Hobbs and Shaw comes out this year.
Fuck, we haven't even talked about
Oh
the trailer.
man, the trailer.
Yeah, we did.
Did we?
We talked about it last week.
Did we?
Pretty sure.
I don't remember.
Anyway, let's talk about it again. No, we did. I
do.
remember it now.
All right. Well, thank you very much for listening. Guys, we'll talk to you next week, right?
Yep.
All right. We'll be back next week with more Good Enough. Bye-bye.